Yeah. Setting up the old tram track now. Almost to the start. Good morning and welcome to the South Cheshire Way. So I'm just going to do my intro from the old Man of Mall because top of Mall cops are very busy today, but there's only 2 hikers boiling water and getting a coffee together there, so I'm doing it from here. So lovely views from top of Mall Cop. It's all the way from over there, I think it's the Marston Communication Tower. All that going up there is the Gritstone Trail up that side of the valley. Congleton, Manchester and Manchester Airport, all the hills to the north of Manchester, Jodrell Bank, the lovely flat Cheshire Plain, somewhere over there will be Beeston Castle, and actually that's Beeston Castle over that way, I think a bit more, and Wales. So we're going to be walking all the way somewhere down there, all the way back over there. So with this one I'm going to split this into sections. Not quite sure how I'm splitting the sections yet. I've already changed my first split, so I've walked about 4 miles to get here from home. Then I'm going to do about 6 miles of the actual trip to, I think it's the Macclesfield, no it's not Macclesfield Canal. How can I not remember the name of the canals that literally go past my house? I think the Mersey and something. Anyway, it runs from pretty much Liverpool all the way to Derby, so I'm going to jump off there and head a couple of miles home after that. So this one seems like it's possibly going to be a bit boring this time of year. It's middle of March. It's probably going to be quite muddy. I've already had a few muddy sections where it's been raining a lot, even though it's sort of not rained for like the last day or so, but it's just saturated. So I'm hoping this is not today. I know one section this goes across, the road has been flooded literally a good almost a foot at times, so hopefully that's still dry. Should be. It has been the last few times driven over there, so let's get cracking. I'd like to thank the Met Office for being useless as ever. It's not meant to be down for rain today, but it is. So onto the canal now. So just as soon as you go over the bridge, take a right, and if you look down there's a little stone path. You can see a South Cheshire Way sign at the bottom. So you just come that way from the canal. That's all that's left of the sign there. So once you hit the metal railings, you want to take a right and head off down there to Little Moreton, which you can't see from here. I'll just head along here for 1 second. It does give you the story of the railings. So there we go. Up there's like a nice big old sort of stately home. It belongs to that, and pretty much I think they moaned about having a canal come past their house. So they've got some railings paid for by the canal company. How nice. Right, it didn't film, I've accidentally just switched the modes over. But probably best because I just had a rant. So first time South Cheshire Way. This bit here is absolutely soaked and saturated, as you can see from my feet, where I've just sank half a foot into the floor. So really needs a good week to dry out this or so or more. It's just nuts. It sort of looks like you can get through there on the left side, but then it's all boggy over there. Probably could have got round the bend and just stayed to the high side, but it's still, yeah, it's just crap. So right, Little Moreton's just behind this farm here, so let's carry on. There we go. I thought there's also actual benches here as well. There's some whole load of benches over there now. I don't think they used to be there. So I'm going to go sit down, replenish my water, have a good sip, and then carry on. So there you go, this little Moreton. I always call it Wibbly Wobbly. As you can see it, it's just all over the place. Another walk, another greedy little mallard. Okay, it's just across the road from Little Moreton. Seen it before, never been though. I'll probably wait today. I'm going to carry on walking down the South Cheshire Way, which is signposted, which is nice to see. Right, so just joined on to the little B road or whatever it is. So just the bit I was really worried about. That there, you can see all the cones in there. That has been flooded completely across the road for quite a while. You can see how wet it is in the field here still. Just absolutely horrendous. So lucky it's all drained into there now. Somewhere across here apparently is a trig point at 100 odd metres. Bit low. Right, we're going to carry on. Hope we don't die down here. People like me drive like lunatics. Let's crack on. Okay, I spoke far too soon. The track's turned into this, but certainly electrified, and in the summer when all the cows are out, at least the farmer has very kindly stuck in a proper dedicated path. It's certainly electrified because you can hear it. So might not be able to hear it in the distance. There's an ice cream van. We're near civilization. Right, just crossed over the A50. So another hard track. This will bring me onto the canal where I'll then be wrapping up for today, and that'll be 6 miles done. So I shall bring you back once we hit the canal. That's where I've just come from. Now we're going to go across the road there and through that way. If you were really horrendously hungry, needed a beer or a meal even, if you were to turn left here and head down the road, probably about 500 to probably a good 1,000, 500 to 1,000 metres in between that range, you'll find a bargain booze, there's a pub, and there's a little village shop as well. And then you could, if you went to the pub down that way, I've forgotten the name of it, if I remember I'll put it on the screen. You could then carry on up the canal and join back on, because we're going to carry on across here now and join on the back of the canal. In fact, I can film the pub because I'm going to walk past the thing on the way home. So let's carry on. Well, that was a short walk across the road, as if by magic. Here's the canal. So next stage I'll carry on up here. I have no idea how far I'll do in one go. We shall wait and see for when the weather's good. Now up this way, up the canal, there is a small little village with a golf course. I cannot remember the name of it. It's just as you come off to then go across the golf course, there's like a butty sort of van there. I'm sure I'll mention it next time as well anyway, but just in case. So I'm going to carry on this way and head home, and I'll see you next time for stage 2. So we're on to day 2, South Cheshire Way, 6th of April today. It's looking quite grim, but it's 15 degrees, a bit windy, so I've got arm warmers on. So today 7 miles from here now, 42 miles just to get to the start. So it's 3 miles of canal, and there's 4 miles across country. Now I'm going to pick up the B, whatever road it is, between Crewe and Alsager, and then get the bus home. Right, let's carry on. So there's not a lot to see down this bit. Right, that's it. Right in the distance is the motorway. You can see little trucks going past. So it's about a mile or so back till we hit just underneath the M6. So this in the summer is absolutely lovely, just to come and sit and just sit and chill. You can watch the sun going down over, effectively lighting up the canal. There is, I believe, there is like a little campsite thing there. I don't know if it's just for caravans though. but it'd be one to sort of look into. So you'd only be about 10 miles in, so it wouldn't be the biggest distance. In theory though, you could easily get away with this canal lock, easily pitching a tent on the other side there. You get quite a few people actually come down this way and sit. I think fish as well, so you just have to bear that in mind. So just leaving the canal now. See a little South Cheshire Way sign there. So just walk through Malkin's Bank. So from the signs you can see they do coffees and stuff at the golf course, beers and all sorts. It's one interesting thing. Obviously we got the old railway line called the Salt Line that runs through where we live. You've got a nice big fat canal here. The railway line runs next to this as well, and pretty much the entire golf course that was here was a brine's work. So effectively they had to take the salt from further up the way in Cheshire, bring it down here, and there you go. You've got all your pickling and canning sort of stuff. But now it's literally just a golf course. So just crossing the golf course, quite narrow where you cross actually. But about 5 miles in now today. But only 3 miles actually doing the actual walk. So I'm going to sit down, have a rest since there's a nice bench here, and hopefully the wind's direction should be quite sheltered. So far, apart from Malkin's Bank golf course, there's not really anywhere to stop, and I don't envisage there'd be anywhere proper to stop from here on in for quite a few miles now. The route drops down underneath Crewe, so yeah, I'll bring you back when there is something a bit more exciting. Right, first 2 fields done. It's a bit muddy down the base of them. It's passable quite easy. Some of it's quite heavy, and other bits just sort of flattened down into a cake and stepped on. But I've got to here though, and there's no signs. Sort of angled across the field to this gate, and then I'm assuming you go straight across and down this little path here and carry on. So I'll bring you the coordinates, or actually just show you the map. So we're just at the reflection of me in there, just there. So near to a B road somewhere, I think, a little yellow road. Very well planned. Right, so I just walked down there, but yeah, when you get through that gate, I guess you take a right and then up through a bit of field round the edge of the buildings instead. So yeah, I got that wrong. You turn out by Teddy's barn and carry on up here a minute. So yeah, that wasn't signed very well the other side. It's annoying, that is. Just artwork, that is. Carry on that way. Here's Haslington Hall, which seen better days. It burnt down a few years ago. I'm not quite sure why. So I think we then turn off down this way. So off we go. Right, so we're just skirting round the southern side of Haslington now. This is almost the closest point. So there's a path up there. I think there's another path that heads over that way. So in the middle of Haslington there's a couple of pubs, there's a co-op, there's Bargain Booze, there is a curry house I think as well. So there's quite a few food options and drink options. I'm not sure if the pubs serve food, you just have to look them up on the map. One's next door to co-op and one's further down the way, which I don't think probably does food. But if you were wanting a break, then yeah, you could pop over that way. Camping wise and stuff, I have no idea if there's any campsites or anything around here. I don't think there actually is. Getting a bit more crap sighting. So as you come out near the golf course, you'll see CH for Clubhouse on the map. That was a ball there. Should have gone to the left, and you might be able to see them. There's people walking down along the tree line that side, and that's where the path will be. So if you find yourself on this side, then you can go round the clubhouse and then down where those golfers are with the flags in the distance. So yeah, that's not very well signed there. Everything else so far actually has been really well signed for the majority. Just this, it said just walk straight ahead, and it's like that. You can see all the signs. It's literally a fucking driving range. So I'm skirting around the edge now and hope I don't die. Let's carry on. Yeah, signs there. So should have come out the trees and then taken a left and all the way around the edge that side. It's not mad masses on, so not really that fussed. I just had a quick look at the clubhouse. Could see some people inside having a beer, and like a little restauranty bit as well, which obviously no one's in at this time of day at 2 in the afternoon. So I don't know if you'd be allowed in or not, if you'd have to be a member. I guess you could chance if you really wanted a beer. Let's carry on. I've got like half a mile or so left now till the end of the... Right, we've made it across. That is a funny route. It's not posted across the course, funnily enough. You just sort of walk on all the crappy areas where generally golf wouldn't be played, sort of in a straight line. You can't go too wrong. There's like a little bit of woodland, sort of a sign points almost like down a big dip, but you walk through a little woods, then across this last hole, and then down here. And I've not got very far now until I finish, and then I've got to wait around for a bus. So let's wrap this up almost in a minute. Let's carry on. And there we go, it's the end of day 2. So that's another 7 miles done. There's 15 out the way. So there's about 20-ish left, roughly overall, which isn't too bad at all. And there's a bus stop right here. Otherwise you'd carry on down the road that way. This road's a bit suicidal, by the way, it's 60. And carry on down there. But I'm going to get the bus home, 3-4 miles, and I'll be home. So that's saying 3.5 hours a day for 9 miles. So I'm really chuffed with my time as well. So right, we'll see you on the next one. Right, good morning and welcome to rendering. So day 3, I'm doing this backwards. I'm starting here and heading back to where I finished on day 2. So this section's all in reverse. So there we go. There is actually a bin at the train station as well. Actually there's 2. Awesome. So useless facts, but if you're passing through and want to dump a bit of rubbish off, or sort of do what I'm doing in stages, and here's a good place to stop and change a couple of bits out. Yeah, and you see, sun's rising. I've literally started off, it's 6:15 in the morning now, 20th of April, and it was -1. So this is actually sort of frost. Possibly still frost, so everything's going to be soaked this morning. So I've gone for waterproof socks. How well they'll work, as usual, probably not. Right, let's get on. Just come through Aston. There's a pub. It's a bit early though, but good to know there is somewhere you can stop en route where you can have a drink and something to eat without leaving the path. I think the whole pub might have closed. Looks a bit, well, it looks like it's been done up into a house. No, actually no, scrap that. There's too many casts there. I think they're just cleaning the windows or renovating. This is going to be fun. No path at all. Right, I'll put the camera away and go for it. This is the main A road, so it's going to be busy. And it's either 40 or 60 through here. It's crap. Hawthorn bush and that. Gate. But that's ice. I've literally just gone and dredged the entire field. What fun. Just come up the road. Farm shop and poultry. Harlequin cottage. I'll turn down here as well. You know what? Another field, well, just field after field of long grass. I've walked across, I'm thinking my feet must be getting really quite wet on top. No, that is literally ice. I can make an ice cube off my shoes. That is nuts. So I've just worked out why my foot's now cold, but at least it's on the outside. So I better scrape that off and crack on. But I'm so glad for what I'm wearing, because although my legs are wet, they'll dry out quick. No need for gaiters. The Dirty Girl gaiter things, or my cheap version, as you can see, has kept all the shit out of my shoes, i.e. all of Mr. Frosty snow cone. So I'll scrape that off and then I'll pick up more, because it is literally just field after field of just long grass. I think it's probably a lesser of two evils, because at some point this will be fields and fields of cows and having to navigate around them. So yeah, each to their own. First field of cows this morning. So here's my entourage. They've all followed me across the field. Happy little bunch of teenagers. So we just hit the canal. So if you was to head up there, I think where, you can probably see it in the distance, there's like a phone tower. I think that's where the Hat Green secret bunker is. That's not very secret. And then down here, when we hit the main road, there's would be where you can potentially camp for the night. But I'm going to carry on now, because I don't want to upset these lot. I don't know, as happy as Larry the Muco. No, it's all good. There was a handle there. Let's carry on. Hello, Clarice. Silence of the cows. Oh my god, all I did is talk to one next to the fence. I'm so glad they're there. They've gone nuts. I guess they've got nothing else better to do with their lives. Just stopped and sat there, just had a bit of food and stuff. Okay, it's different. So that's where they're taking off from. So I've just stopped, had refilled water, sat down, had a drink and stuff. As I sat there sort of eating along this path bit here, a rabbit was bounding straight towards me. I was thinking, is he going to stop? So I said hello, and he literally instantly turned around and legged it. Right, I'm going to crack on. Got about another 7.5 miles to go, so pretty much halfway. But there has been nowhere at all to sit or stop, so I've literally just sat on that stile there, just got the sit pad out, sat there, had a bit of something to eat and retopped the waters and had a load to drink. So let's carry on and see if we find any civilization. I think there's one village and that's about it. There's nothing like a massive steaming pile of let's see where we are there. Hugh Common. The path goes round the outside of this building. Now you can see a full on fence to it. Just sort of fair enough, but that's impossible to get round. So now I'm gonna have to literally backtrack another 300-400 meters back on the B road and head all the way up and round. So thanks for that. That's real painful. There's no way on earth I'm going to do that. That's just underwater, and it's literally just a short section as well. God. Right. Back we go. there's a section I've just missed, but as it comes back on, there's some bins and a few benches here, so there's actually somewhere to sit. So that's one to mark off. Okay, so we're here, South Cheshire Way. Actually it zigzags, so it doesn't actually go to where those benches are. So you can see where I've gone red and where I turn round. If you just carry on the way I've gone, you've got benches and some bins and stuff to sit down at. Otherwise, you can see it actually zigzags through Hugh Common. So we're now going to carry on this way, and we're almost to the main line, to the main train line, that is. So let's crack on. Just come from that way. I think I've got to go over that way, but as you can see, it's potentially quite solid in places. It looks like people have stepped on things, but it's a bit of a worry as to if I step on things I'm going to disappear. That way, step back over there. Yeah, I think this is going to be the worst section. Right, I'll bring you back once I've got mud all over my shit. Actually, it was worse than it looked. Sort of, anyway. This, hopefully, yeah. It's muddy, but it's not insanely deep mud. So we're going to have to keep progressing. And we're through. Oh, I hope. Yeah, it's just a bog down here. It's a shame they put in a bit here. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's quite solid, hopefully. Right, and then back onto grass. Yippee. Oh, okay, there's still a path closure in place, but it's running south from where South Cheshire Way is, so that's all right. Oh, and take a little church, isn't it? It's just middle of nowhere, Witchwood Park. So we just crossed over the railway line. Bit of road walking up to that, and then cross over another road. Just hitting the main road through Weston, B whatever it is, I don't know. But you can see just through the gap there, as you turn off, literally just off route, is the White Lion pub. It says 1659. I've never actually been in there, but it's obviously quite old. So, yeah, I mean, we're certainly do food and drink. I'm bang on time where I could actually go get something, but I've got 2 miles left, if that. So, I'm going to crack on now to my end for the day. Right, on the other side of Weston, depending on which way you're coming, you can see the house in the distance there. So I walked across the fields this way to where there's meant to be a way through here and straight over the road, which I wasn't believing anyway. I'm sure I've never seen one, so I don't think Ordnance Survey maps super duper clear. You've got to go round and over the road bridge just over there. So instead of walking the whole way over here and then long, you might as well just cut across the field at a better angle. This is a bit of a hard track here, so I'm not going to lose loads of time. Yeah, there we go. Proof it just angles over, so it goes over the bridge here. So yeah, the map's slightly off. Oh great, and you've even got like the stiles down there. I've just literally walked round. So if I'd gone the other way, the actual planned way I was going rather than backwards, I probably would have been okay. Although I might have had the same issue on the same other side, but oh well, here's what it is. Almost to the end for today now. Shoes have generally been cleaned and then One last section of mud, just a good old bit of a hoo-ha. So, literally along here, take a left up the one road for a bit, and then I'll be at the bus stop. So this might be me signing out unless anything exciting happens, and there's nothing along here apart from all this pretty nature and lovely little woodlands. So don't hear from me again. You'll see me on day 4 from Renbury, that's the place, to the end, just north of Whitchurch. So good morning, just past 6, final day, day 4, so we're going from Renbury to, I can't even remember where it finishes now, just north of Whitchurch. I can't remember, starts with a B I think. We're going there anyway, so there's about 6 more miles left, so going to finish this off this morning and then head back to Whitchurch, where I've parked the car at the station, which is free as well, so that's lucky. Not really lucky, but it's lucky that I got there on time. I got stuck behind the truck. Oh my god, there's actually another train this time in the morning. How exciting. Right, I'm going to get going. So we've got 6 miles to go. But yeah, I got stuck behind the train. I was literally got to the station with about a minute or so to go, and that was it. So really cutting that fine. Let's crack on, because we're going over this way. Just there. It doesn't go through the farmyard, it goes round the top side of Marsbury Hayes. And this bit here, you can see how deep the footprints are, and that is boggy as anything, so I just shimmied along the fence. Right, let's crack on. No, it was recording before, wasn't it? So you can see right in the distance there's like a massive obelisk. I don't know, those things. That's like a monument. It looks a bit like the Wedgwood one, but it's still got all its length. It's not fallen down and snapped. Must look that up. Just come up to Marbury. That's not helpful. There you go. So we're going to go around the little mere now. If you were to go through the actual town, where that red dot is, there's a pub there. But it's 7:15 in the morning. I don't know if you can hear it, but someone's got very loud music going at 7 in the morning. Let's carry on. Just made it past Bigmere. Yeah. So you see this ground here. Somehow, yeah, that's nice and firm there compared to that. That is just insane. I was speaking to a nice fisherman who was on the lake the other side, and he was literally saying that in 10 years it's the worst they've sort of ever seen it, sort of fishing, where the bits are sort of next to the lake where they fish were underwater. He literally burnt the motor out in his fishing trolley over the winter because it was that horrendous, sort of trying to get down there. And this field is just marsh, there's no other way of describing it. It is just absolutely bog, there's no way around it. So if it is horrendous like this, either accept that you might as well just walk through and just have absolutely saturated feet, or I don't know, find an alternative. But that is a lovely view looking over that way. It's just a shame that I'm now absolutely saturated. Oh. That's lucky. Back to sheep. So I was just literally gone round the whole edge of that field, skirting it when up down the one side. But as you can see, they'll certainly all come over here, and that's not what I really want. Don't mind the lamb. Still, from where I am, absolutely beautiful views. See all the way over to the Peak District in the background. A bit hazy this morning. We'll carry on. I don't want to upset the cows too much. Bishop Bennet Way. It's too frosted over. Still don't, it's very well signed. Not even bridle way type. Anyway, let's carry on. There's the canal, so I'm right near the end. It's going to be over those houses. Probably didn't show this too well. This field here, I think you could walk along either side. I'll just walk down the left side if it's available. There's a stile at the other end of the field, so you can go either or, but yeah. Right, I'll bring you back right at the end and just give you my final thoughts, like Jerry Springer. Underneath the old railway line. Oh, busy there. Right, I'm going to call it there. I don't know why there's a sandstone trail over there, because it goes along the canal, not along here. That's just drumming up a bit of support next to the pub. So here is the end. There's no actual official end marker, which is a bit of a shame. But I'm now going to walk 2 miles back to Whitchurch and get my car back. But as you can see at the end here, there is a campsite just down here as well. There is a campsite somewhere just around this area. And obviously as you can see there's a pub and there is a shop. An essential shop, won't be much in there. So there we go. Thank you, and I'll bring you back short. Right, so just as I'm walking along now, I'm just going to give my final thoughts for that walk. 35 miles. So yeah, small to medium range I guess overall, nothing massive. You could do that in 2 days quite happily, I think, if you split it right. There isn't much along the route, and there is a lot of farmland. That's pretty much it. There's nothing exciting it sees at all, and that's a real shame. Although I don't know what you'd see across the South Cheshire Plain. There really is nothing along it. Well, there is, but not where this has gone. I think this is more of a walk for having a walk than actually seeing something on it. South Cheshire Way, not South Cheshire Way, I'll get my words out in a second. There is like the Mid Cheshire Walking Association, which has about a 70-80 page guide. I'll post the link in the video. So they've done a really good job in that sense. Signpost wise, it's really well posted. For what it is, no complaints there. I mean, you're not going to navigate it by the signs alone. There's too much farmland, so things will change and ebb and flow a bit. So yeah, don't expect you're just going to literally follow signposts. That's just not going to happen. Would I do this walk again? No. It's more of a bucket list ticker for me, just because it's local. Would I travel to do this one? No, I'm afraid not. There's just nothing of major interest. There's just nothing of major interest along the route, and it is very flat overall, lowland countryside. Right, so thanks for watching if you made it this far. and if you have, I'll send you $1 million. I won't give you the actual currency in the post. So thank you and goodbye.